What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another video. Last video we went drifting the E46. It went horribly wrong. I cracked the oil pan, did some damage, so that thing's just sitting. But in today's video, we're gonna be focusing on the S15 because we're taking it to Importfest. That's what this video is gonna be, but we have to do a few things to get it completely ready for Importfest. Main thing, I want to get the speedster top fully wet sanded, polished, fit, mounted, everything on the car. Then number two is I basically have to clean the car up like really good. It's kind of basically just been sitting here, so it's not super dirty, but the wheels need another polish because it's been like a long time. So that needs to get done. And also I need to get 2 new tires mounted on the wheels. So I have to go pick those up. They're in Detroit. So yeah, we got 1 week. I wasn't trying to leave everything to the last minute, but tires take forever to get. So they're finally here. I just have to drop them off, get them switched over. And yeah, the thing's gonna be pretty much ready. So right now, all I'm gonna do is move the Corvette out, pull the S15 up here. We're gonna get to work on the speedster top. Finally gonna be like completely mounting it. And then when we're at Importfest, it's gonna be on the car. And cause I don't think you can have like the battery hooked up when you're in the convention center. So I won't be putting the roof up and down, whatever, for people anyway. So this will be way cooler, I think, with the speedster top. We're just gonna get to it, move everything around, and yeah, get that thing done. I just took the top off. I should have showed it when it was still on here, but I'm not putting it back on because it's kind of heavy and I don't want to scratch anything. But when I made that speedster top, I made it sit on this edge here nicely. And then I had it going around this, but now that it's been sitting and you know, the temperature changed and whatever, fiberglass moves and stuff. So these edges of the top that curl down, I think that they've like sucked in a little bit. So now it's hitting on these basically like humps really bad on both sides. You can see it's cutting into it there. And then that's leaving like, you can fit your fingers underneath and it looks really bad. So I think I'm gonna cut this right off the top, which is kind of crazy because you'll never find this piece ever again. But in my head, I really love how that looks on here. And 90% of the time it's just gonna be on here. And if it's gonna rain, then I'll put the roof up, but I never drive it when it rains and I never drive it without the roof down. So that thing will basically be covered by it. Plus, once I cut it and have a little more time, I can probably, you know, epoxy it and actually do some decent body work and make it just perfectly straight because there's no reason for it to kind of jump up. The only thing it does is it matches up with the basically quarter window trim that comes down. But if I cut it, there may be a little gap or whatever. I think for now, that's the move. Cut that right off on both sides, get it to sit down nice and flush. And that will also give me a better gap around here because I had it really nice when I body worked it. And now it's really super tight and I really can't even fit a rubber in there. So sucks, but my idea is cut that off on both sides. And then we should be pretty good to get the speedster top on there sitting, you know, where we want it. And then I can do the second scariest part, which is drilling a hole through each hump on the speedster top, which doesn't really matter because it's hidden by the seat, basically at all times anyways. But yeah, gonna drill some holes into it, mark it out on that, drill that, put some riv nuts in there. Then I'll take them out, back out, just spray bomb it, you know, flat black, whatever. You don't see it, but just so it's not bare metal. And then we will be able to put the seal on this, which I just picked up. So this is actually for your like trailer, which is good because my enclosed trailer, the back door seal is falling off. So what I'm gonna do is basically just stick this on right at the bottom here. And that way, when this thing is vibrating all over and the trunk is vibrating all over, they're not gonna paint on paint contact and scratch and chip everything. I mean, it still might happen, but at least this way, this should be a really nice fitting piece then, because the trunk will then close onto it and basically keep that in place where it needs to be, which was my whole thought process when I built this thing. And then we'll be good. But step one is gonna be cut that trim on the quarters. So my plan is use the cutoff wheel up top and just zip that right off, you know, right through, and then clean it up a little bit after. But I'm hoping this goes well. Plastic doesn't really like cutoff wheels, but I don't really have any other option, and it should be fine. The only issue with doing this is that's also a mounting point for this thing. So I'm gonna have to figure something else out later down the road. But when the speedster top is sitting on top of it, obviously it's not gonna come out or anything, so it doesn't really need a mounting point. But when the speedster top's not on it and the quarter windows are coming up, it's gonna pop that molding right off there, because one of these was broken. I think it was this one actually. It was broken, that wasn't even there. And so every time I put the window up, it would actually just pop out a little bit. So that's something I'm gonna have to definitely figure out, but that's a future me issue, and this is a me now issue, so. So I just cleaned it up with a little bit of sandpaper. It actually doesn't look too bad. I mean, obviously like it looks bad from up here, but that should be covered by the speedster top. It should basically fit on this edge. So it should be fine for Importfest. But later on, I think what I'm gonna do is obviously take it off and do it properly, but probably fill all this with some black epoxy or something like that. And then basically bodywork that, and I'll just respray this whole thing like trim black, and that'll be good. It looks, you know, looks pretty good though. So now what I'm gonna do is cut this side. Hopefully it goes as well and smoothly as that side. And then we'll put the speedster top on here. Hopefully that fixed the issue that I was having, and then it'll sit properly. We'll find out real soon. Sitting pretty good. Like I said before, you could like almost fit your fingers in that crack, so that's way better. Now I'm gonna bring the trunk down and we'll see what happens. Okay, it's a big gap. Yeah, this side's tight over here still. Oh, I can move it though now. Before I could not move it. Well, I'm gonna adjust it around, move it around, and then once I get it sitting nice, I'm gonna drill those holes so it's exactly where I want it, and try and keep basically an even gap on both sides, because I know it gets a little bit wider in the back. That's fine. That rubber is gonna fill that whole gap, so should be sick. Also, I just want to show a before and after, because I'm hoping the after is gonna look really nice and clean. You can see there's a gap. You can kind of see the painted like lip through there. So I'm hoping when I put the rubber on, I know it's a little bit bigger here, a little bit tighter here, pretty consistent across the back. I'm hoping that it'll just kind of squish it, and that'll be fat enough to fill that whole entire gap. If not, it's not a huge deal, but it would just be really cool to make it look like OEM-ish. But yeah, that's what it looks like now. And we're gonna go get the rubber, stick it on there, and see what we got. All right, well, that's what it looks like on there. Honestly, it looks really good. I think it looks like kind of factory. I think it's gonna be way too big though. Like, it's got quite a bit of like squish to it or whatever, but I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna bring the trunk down now. I tried to cut it on like an angle here too, so it would kind of fit in there, but now obviously there's no like stickiness to it. So hopefully when the trunk comes down, it'll hold that where it should be. It's actually really difficult to keep it straight and not all bumpy, but it looks pretty good. Not sure about these corners though. I don't really know what to do. So yeah, we'll put the trunk down. Hopefully it doesn't just rip it off or not close completely because it's too big. But we'll find out right now. Okay. It just ripped it right off. It looks sick, but it's not really fitting. Yeah, it's just pulling it down. So basically I should have had a lip come out the whole way and then mounted it the other way so sticky's down. That sucks. It looks really good though. Like, that looks sick. That's perfect, but you can see like the white stickies kind of showing through here, which is not ideal. Kind of had a feeling it was gonna be an issue in these corners because they're so tight compared to the rest of it. This one doesn't look that bad though. I'm gonna mess with it a little bit, but I mean, it looks really good. I like it. That looks like factory-ish, I guess. So now that that's basically where it's gonna be, I'm gonna go ahead and drill the holes and start to get that figured out. That way it's like done. And then pretty much all I have to worry about is the wheels. Give it a good cleaning, you know, inside out. Then I'm probably gonna jack it all up, take all the wheels off and polish them. They could definitely use it. It's kind of hard to tell, but they're not the greatest. I would honestly really like to upgrade the wheels on this thing sometime soon, but it's a lot of money. I want 18s. These are 17s. I would love to go triple chrome again and 3-piece, but it's just so expensive. Right now, it's just not in the cards. So we'll clean these up, make them look as good as possible. It'll be good. So I went ahead just now, drilled these holes. I'll just put a bolt in for now, but eventually I do want to put like a wing nut. That way I can take this thing off without having a wrench on me. Either a wing nut or something with like a little plastic knob or whatever that you can turn, just so you don't need any tools to take this thing off. Yeah, now I'm gonna take this back off, finish drilling the hole through the actual, you know, beam that I have there. Brought the mount to work, finished welding it, so that's all welded now. It's just sitting outside. I just spray bombed it black really quick, so waiting for that to dry. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put the, hopefully what is the final seal on this thing. I have a pretty good idea of where it needs to be now for it to actually like seal and look proper on the car. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Then by that time, the other stuff should be dry outside. I can bring it back in, bolt it all up, drop this on there, and then car's pretty much done. I'm just waiting on wheels. The tires are being mounted as we speak, and I can put those on, move this thing out of this corner. I got some vacuuming, some cleaning, whatever to do. So then I'm gonna end up moving the Corvette back here and then basically switching these two cars around. And then pretty much all I gotta do is wipe it down, clean it up, and get it in the trailer. Still not perfect, but we won't really even know if it's like good until I get it on the car, so I'm not going to stress about it too much. I still have a bunch left over if I have to like redo it again, but it should be good. Yeah, I went ahead this time and like curled it down and around, because having a cut edge up there where it's visible really sucked. Didn't really look that good. Just went and picked up the wheels. The tires are mounted. They look really good. They're kind of more stretched than before, so I think it'll be fine. I had to go with a different tire than what was already on there, so I was a little worried it'd be bigger and I'd have to like put them in the back, but I think they're actually a little bit narrower, more stretched, so the front should be good. Hopefully the fitment is still like decent, because I really shaped like the fenders and quarters basically around these wheels and tire setup, but we'll see what it looks like. So I'm gonna grab them right now out of the truck, and yeah, hopefully it goes well. So next day, I come in, I just check the air pressure on the tires because I don't trust stretch tires. It's always been an issue for me, and of course, this one tire went from 50 to 30 overnight, so that's an issue. So I went back to my buddy. He took care of it. Hopefully, we put some bead sealer on it. I have no idea. We have no idea why it's happening. The bead on the wheel is clean. It's a brand new tire. There's nothing in the way. We cut all the little nipples off and everything, so I'm gonna let that sit off the car for tonight. So it is now Thursday after work. Just pulled the Corvette out. It's finally not raining for a day, so that's good. Polished this side of the wheels last night, so now today I'm gonna just polish these on the driver's side really quick, and then once I'm done that, I have to take the side skirts and the rear bumper off. Then we're gonna go outside, get the Miata out of the trailer. So car's in the trailer, got it all loaded. It always is such a pain and I'm so nervous every time I'm loading this thing, but basically I gotta wrap up and pack up the whole body kit because I can't get the front bumper back on because of the straps and stuff. Anyways, I gotta finish packing, pack all the cleaning stuff and clothes and all that stuff. So that's gonna do it for this video. I think I'm gonna try and film some stuff like at Importfest because I think it'd be pretty cool. I've never been there, never really experienced it. So if you're there, come say hi. I'm probably gonna be the guy standing in the corner trying not to talk to anybody, but I'm really pumped. I can't wait. Hopefully it's gonna be a good time. It should be really fun. So I'm gonna try and get this video tonight, and if I do, then we'll see you at Importfest tomorrow. Thanks for watching.